The British Empire in the early 20th century justified its rule over India with a highly convenient narrative. They were civilizing an uncultured land. But that assumption had a massive historical blind spot. In 1829, an East India Company deserter named Charles Mason was fleeing through the Punjab province when he stumbled upon sprawling, mysterious ruins. He documented the ancient brick mounds, unaware of the civilization hiding just beneath the surface. Decades later, in the 1850s, a British military officer named Alexander Cunningham visited the site and found hard physical evidence. He uncovered ancient artifacts, including small, square stone seals bearing deeply engraved animals and a set of totally unrecognizable characters. The imperialists walking those plains believed they represented the peak of human progress, unaware they were standing directly on top of a highly sophisticated society that predated their own empire by thousands of years. The truth finally broke through the dirt in the 1920s. Indian archaeologists Dayaram Sahni and R.D. Banerjee launched large-scale excavations at two major sites, Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. The ruins revealed massive, highly organized urban centers. The scale of the city planning and the density of the brick structures proved these were complex hubs of ancient life. In 1924, the archaeological world made a formal global announcement. A completely unknown ancient civilization had been discovered in British India. Later carbon dating would push the origins of these settlements back as far as 8,000 years. This map shows the true footprint of the Indus Valley civilization. It covered roughly 1.26 million square kilometers across modern-day India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. This territory was significantly larger than the known territories of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. The 1920s excavations revealed a sprawling, 8,000-year-old empire that rivaled the scale and complexity of the world's first great urban centers. If you look at ancient Egypt or Mesopotamia, you find grand monuments built for god-kings and endless artwork depicting brutal warfare. But the Indus Valley is entirely different. Archaeologists have found no grand palaces, no pharaohs, and absolutely zero evidence of standing armies or weapons of war. Instead of building monuments to dictators, they focused their energy on extreme urban planning. Entire cities were laid out in precise grid patterns, constructed using baked bricks that possessed strictly uniform dimensions across the entire empire. They also engineered an intricate network of brick drainage channels that ran directly beneath the streets. Every home had a dedicated bathroom that connected to a master city sewer, creating a plumbing system that rivals the infrastructure of many modern cities today. Their societal obsession with public hygiene reached its peak with structures like the Great Bath in Mohenjo-Daro, a massive watertight brick basin used for public bathing. They also placed public dustbins along the streets and maintained a massive network of freshwater wells. Beyond engineering, they ran a massive global economy. They were the first people on Earth to spin and weave cotton, and they exported luxury goods as far away as Mesopotamia. Artifacts like this bronze dancing girl statue show a culture that invested heavily in art, entertainment, and advanced metallurgy. Their ultimate monument was a highly organized, peaceful, and clean standard of living, built for over 5 million ordinary citizens. Despite their massive trade network and highly advanced society, there is a limit to our understanding of them. Modern humans cannot read a single word they wrote. We understand Egyptian hieroglyphs because the Rosetta Stone provided a way to compare them against known languages. The Indus Valley has no such bilingual record. From studying the spacing of the text, researchers know the script is written from right to left. It contains over 400 distinct signs, leading experts to classify it as a logosyllabic language. A logosyllabic language is a system where characters represent both specific sounds and entire concepts, similar to modern Chinese. The primary physical evidence we have comes from thousands of tiny stone seals, mostly measuring just 5 centimeters square. They feature brief strings of text alongside specific figures, like this individual sitting in a yogic posture surrounded by animals. Historians have been trying to crack this code for a century. The stakes are so high that modern political figures, like the chief minister of the Indian state of Tamil Nadu, have even offered massive cash rewards to anyone who can finally decipher the script. The most populous civilization of the ancient world has been reduced to total silence. Their true identity, their core beliefs, and their very names remain trapped behind a code we cannot break. Around 1900 BCE, this thriving utopia began a severe and rapid decline. The strict city planning ceased, the great drainage systems filled with waste, and the bustling global trade networks simply went dead. For decades, historians blamed this collapse on an invasion by foreign Aryan tribes from the West, but modern archaeological records dismiss that theory entirely, mostly because there is a total lack of battlefield evidence, mass graves, or heavy weaponry. The true culprit was a changing climate. Severe environmental shifts altered the region's monsoon patterns. Without regular rainfall, the crucial Indus and Ghaggar-Hakra rivers began to dry up, forcing a mass migration of the population eastward toward the Ganges basin. The receding waters triggered a brutal domino effect. Without the rivers, agriculture failed. Without surplus crops, global trade collapsed. The entire economic engine stopped, leading to widespread starvation and the rapid abandonment of these great cities. The decline was a slow-motion environmental catastrophe. As the climate shifted, the foundations of the economy vanished along with the water. For over a millennium, the people of the Indus Valley proved a crucial point about human potential. They showed that a massive, wealthy human society could thrive purely on engineering, trade, and civic equality. But the lingering tragedy is their lost language. Until their script is finally decoded, the greatest minds, engineers, and artists of the ancient world will remain anonymous ghosts. The Indus Valley civilization stands as history's greatest anomaly. It is a peaceful blueprint for humanity, buried deep under the dust, waiting for the day we finally learn how to listen to it.